Dangerous. Narcissists, in general, are dangerous individuals to have around. You will suffer mental and physical suffering by being around them. Their manipulative behavior and methods can wear a person down. They are emotionally stunted and incapable of showing sympathy. They couldn't care less if you're feeling low and in need of comfort. Narcissists grow irate when you express yourself and set limitations because they believe they have lost power. These people are a danger to others around them, both mentally and physically. Narcissists are destructive by nature and tend to leave a mess in their way. They're just like the wild, uncouth savages and vicious predators that use you to obtain what they want. As soon as they get it, they will abandon you to starve to death. Just what is it about narcissists and narcissistic relationships that is so risky? When it comes to them, should you be scared? Let's watch today's video and find out. I'll be discussing the 5 main characteristics of narcissists and narcissistic relationships that pose such a threat in today's video. If that piques your curiosity, click the subscribe button to receive notifications of new uploads to my channel, and click the bell icon to ensure you never miss anything. The number 1, narcissists are harmful because they corrupt and undermine their victims' sense of who they are and how they should feel about themselves. They completely uproot a person from their earliest memories. When a victim ends a toxic relationship, they become unrecognizable to themselves. Unfortunately, it takes a long time for people to regain their identity, learn to embrace the truth of their experiences, and begin to reconstruct their sense of self after trauma. Narcissistic abuse, in my perspective, is like having all of one's insides sucked out. The many and varied elements of it. Number 2, the narcissist's deliberate, calculated, and premeditated cruelty. The narcissist's failure to empathize, lack of remorse, eroding boundaries, gaslighting deception, future fake loud bombing, and subsequent devaluation and rejection. They can all drive a person to insanity. A victim of a narcissistic relationship will suffer the most moral injury possible due to the complexities of the partnership's dynamics. It causes brain damage. The damage to their brains prevents them from thinking clearly. Their ability to control their emotions is disrupted and shifted. Everything a person relies on to survive is attacked and destroyed. Narcissistic abuse is terrifying, revolting, and traumatizing because it may cause someone to reach rock bottom when basic tasks like brushing their teeth become impossible. Number 3, narcissists are genuine parasites. Like leeches, narcissists latch on to their hosts and drain their blood. As for the supply, the narcissist drained you of your blood. Only for the sake of feeding on them does a narcissist stay with or retain a supply in their life. Finally, we might ask, what does it make them? In a word, yes, one who preys. Just a predator that feeds only on its victims. Narcissistic partnerships best show predator-prey dynamics. People who are narcissistic perceive you as something to exploit, to take advantage of, and to take. All that matters is how useful you are to someone else. Once that's accomplished, you're abandoned, broken, and forgotten, with no idea what happened to you on the inside. What, in your opinion, makes a narcissist so dangerous, before we go on to number 4? In what ways have you seen the world? And I want to learn more about how these folks operate in various contexts to comprehend better and appreciate them. Please share your thoughts and advice with other survivors and me by leaving a comment below. Number 4. Narcissists are totally unconcerned and without any sense of regret for their actions. Neither they nor you perceive their responsibility for your alleged cheating connection with them. Additionally, you suffered all the losses you did because of them. They make you the issue while also justifying their actions to themselves. You're expected to carry the load alone. You stand out as the one who is flawed, and the consequences reach well beyond that. It's not just done on an individual basis. You're also subjected to triangulation and a smear campaign at a larger, more systemic level. Your network of friends and acquaintances has been wiped out. It's been taken away from you entirely, and you feel deceived in every possible way. That they feel no need to apologize is a frightening reality. They don't even try to acknowledge that they could have made a mistake and apologize for it. For a survivor, what does it entail? For you, the victim, what does that entail? It entails everlasting anguish, lack of closure, suffering, unresolved rage, and fury that consumes you, and living hell while being here on the planet. Number 5. Narcissists like seeing their victims suffer. Witnessing your suffering gives them a sense of power over you. To put it simply, it gives them a sense of authority. They're left with a warm, fuzzy feeling all over. They appear to derive some type of pleasure from seeing you suffer. Unconsciously, this is a defense mechanism against their overwhelming feelings of weakness and lack. From the perspective of the recipient, this must be a terrible ordeal. When a loved one, spouse, friend, parent, etc., takes pleasure in one's suffering, it erodes the victim's sense of confidence in that person. Experiencing something like this is the very worst thing that can happen to a person. Having said all that, it's equally crucial to remember that narcissists are, at heart, insecure people. You shouldn't be terrified of them, since they are the most helpless person you will ever encounter. Understanding why you should avoid these relationships and the psychological damage that you go through, you experience because of them is the only key to keeping yourself safe from the destruction I explained in this video, which is why I made this video, and why I have been talking about these things for the past few minutes. I pray I've shed some light on the fundamental aspects of what makes these relationships so dangerous, and why it takes you so long to heal afterward. And if it is useful to you, please subscribe to my channel, so that I can expand and educate as many people as possible. And how you can assist me in this endeavor by responding to this video, giving it a thumbs up, and sharing it with the communities to which you belong. In the next video, I'll elaborate on this further. At least until then, let's focus on being well.
When a narcissist hurt you, instead of sorry, this is what they do to get you back. Narcissists are infamous for their ability to manipulate others by causing them emotional distress. Many people don't understand why those who commit such atrocities are still free to walk the streets. Does it seem like they have no capacity for remorse at all? Do they realize the implications of their actions? Narcissists, in actuality, are keenly aware of the suffering they cause to others. Although they have no intention of personally harming someone, they are aware of this reality. Their inability to empathize with you is a direct result of their lack of empathy. Since they have no capacity for empathy, they have no way to form meaningful relationships. In their view, harming you is just an option for their success. As a result, narcissists have a hard time realizing when their behaviors are immoral or should have negative repercussions. They're not trying to hurt you as a person, they're trying to get around you. How do these people handle situations where there is evidence but nobody to pin the blame on? Narcissists, unfortunately, are not capable of feeling guilt. They are not showing any signs of repentance. There's a chance they'll either keep doing what they were doing before, playing down the seriousness of the situation, or try to remove themselves from it. Narcissists reveal a great deal about themselves through their reactions to failure or error in the past. Narcissists do not feel guilt for their actions, and they handle their mistakes such that they will not harm them, even if it means harming others. Narcissists never feel or demonstrate genuine regret or remorse for their errors or transgressions. The narcissist views every negative charge as an opportunity to exploit one of the following cognitive processes. To begin with, They are always attempting to justify their behavior. People who defend their actions and words do so as though the individuals to whom they did or said anything merited it. Due to their propensity for paranoia, people may mistakenly assume that they are in danger or that another individual poses a threat when neither of these is true. Despite this, they can use it to justify their hatred of others or the measures they've taken to mitigate the risk. The third trait of narcissists is their effort to downplay their actions. The other person's words and actions are neither harsh nor insensitive, yet they are quite delicate. You may believe they are joking when they make offensive remarks and responses because they make it appear as if they are making a joke. Because they loathe others, this is what they intend to communicate. And when you believe what a narcissist says, they realize they are correct, and you are the issue. As an example, narcissists may tell you these things to deceive you, and you may fall for it. As a final act of vengeance to conclude their atrocities, they would bury their victims. Narcissists want you to believe that they have selective amnesia and don't recall some of the horrible things they've done in the past. This is why narcissists are so bent on erasing their faults and attributing their problems to others. When narcissists are offended or disturbed, they prefer to cling onto their animosity for the rest of their life as opposed to forgiving or forgetting. On the other hand, they may fabricate fake information in order to convince themselves that they are the victim and forget the crime they have committed. Narcissists may be unable to recall prior events exactly because they have either distorted or concealed them for so long. Due to their careless handling of the issue, they deliberately sow the seeds of misunderstanding. These techniques are employed by narcissists in order to minimize the damage caused by their errors. In order to justify their actions, they will attempt to minimize its relevance or completely reject it. They assign blame to others rather than accepting responsibility for their errors. They refuse to acknowledge responsibility for their actions. If asked, they will readily admit that someone else was responsible for the error. Their actions have no influence on them, and they harbor no remorse. False apologies from narcissists who are indifferent to their actions are widespread. If you believe this to be true, the narcissist will be thrilled if you stop bringing it up, as he or she despises having their flaws highlighted. They may apologize only to get rid of all of their problems without genuinely acknowledging their mistakes. As soon as you stop pursuing them, they will automatically return to who they are. Don't leave them alone. We must hold them accountable for their actions as long as they continue to make excuses for their bad behavior. Keep a watch out for narcissistic behavior, and do not allow them to justify or minimize the hurt they have caused. To prevent more hurt, narcissists attempt to avoid others who insist on doing things their way. Therefore, they must be made aware that we will no longer accept their justifications and have had enough of their deceitful antics. Expecting narcissists to apologize for their misdeeds is unrealistic since they are not sincere. Because they are so self-absorbed, they believe that they can get away with anything. They believe they can do and say whatever they want without fear of repercussions. However, this will be the only topic of discussion for today. In the comment box below, if you don't mind, please relate your experiences with people who try to defend or justify their awful behavior. As always, I appreciate your care and sensitivity. Subscribing to this channel and activating the notification bell will ensure you don't miss any new videos uploaded to this channel in the future. Having you here is fantastic. Thank you.
Envy is a feeling of resentment or anger when you see someone else benefiting from an advantage and you can't enjoy the same. Anger and resentment toward another person can come from anyone, not just a narcissist. Narcissists, on the other hand, are notoriously uncontrollable when it comes to their feelings of envy. Envy can put someone in danger, and that is a fact. You may end up being hurt or betrayed by someone who is envious of what you have because they desire them. Hatred, lying, gossiping, cheating, stealing, or even killing are all examples of unpleasant feelings and acts that can be sparked by envy. That's why knowing the telltale signals of someone's jealousy is so important, so you can avoid them and keep your faith in yourself, especially when you're dealing with a narcissist. First of all, I just wanted to thank you and appreciate everyone who has taken the time to check out my video. Thank you so much. I also want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel and enable the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the new videos uploaded on this channel. Let's continue. Jealousy is a scary feeling, especially when dealing with narcissists. That is why we're going to discuss it today and find out what we can do to protect ourselves. There are several signs to look out for when trying to discover whether or not someone is envious of your achievements. If this is the case, you should look for them. It's even more important to know how covert narcissists behave and what red flags to look for to avoid falling prey to one of these manipulative individuals, because it will lead to many unpleasant consequences if you notice them too late. One thing to know, envy is not only emotion for narcissists, but a constant state of being for them. Because they lack empathy, they can't change their ways or their negative feelings toward you. To get what they want, they can do whatever it takes. There's nothing that can stop them. This drives them to strive for greater heights than others around them. It is because of envy that narcissists are unhappy, and it's also because of envy that they perceive everyone around them to be a threat. Consequently, they will engage in any negative conduct if dragging you down allows them to rise up the ladder of success faster. They don't care if it's a parent, kid, friend, lover, or anybody else they must take down. Narcissists are a danger to everyone because they care more about their own image, fortune, and power than they do about the people in their lives. To maintain their identity, narcissists seek out relationships with the people they claim to love. It can all be possible when it comes to love, friendship, or even a business partnership. As a result, the narcissist is said to love bomb the people they most admire at the beginning of a romantic engagement. Those of us who have had romantic or platonic relationships with narcissistic people know they were drawn to us because we possessed traits they coveted. Narcissists are drawn to persons who share their ideas and characteristics. For this reason, one of the first actions taken by someone who is jealous of you is to seem to have an unusual or high interest in that person. Narcissists do this to keep their adversaries close by making it appear as if they are interested in them. Narcissists, when jealous of another person, often show an unusual or intense interest in the person they envy. Your background will be checked to the fullest extent possible. They will try to get as close to you as possible and spend as much time with you as possible. They'll be completely enamored with you. To put it more succinctly, narcissists are known for their aggressiveness. However, because it's not real, you'll feel uneasy or uncomfortable anytime they're around. Having this sensation will alert you to the fact that something is amiss. As a result, it's critical to trust your gut feelings. They will show admiration or congratulate you on some A of your personality that they find endearing as soon as they're in your company. In other cases, they may even publicly admit that they wish they had what you have, either in jest or out of genuine desire. In addition, you should anticipate receiving a barrage of compliments and other types of adoration. A narcissist gets a kick out of making people feel good about themselves in the hopes that it would relax their defenses. Be wary of people who lavish you with excessive or dishonest compliments, as they're likely to have an ulterior agenda. Their micro-expressions, which can be transitory but can be incredibly revealing, are another crucial indicator to keep an eye out for. Narcissists are envious of other people's success and can't stand it. It is possible that they may scowl or grimace for a few seconds before trying to put on a fake smile when they hear good news about someone else. Whenever they think no one is looking at them, look for a nasty gaze. Anyone can be guilty of gossiping while they're feeling jealous. No matter how close you're to the narcissist, they will still defame you. These people constantly speak negatively about you because they're depressed and want to spread their suffering to others. To avoid this, you should prepare yourself for the narcissist to begin to stare at and circulate rumors about you. Narcissists who are jealous of you are likelier to try to engage in a relationship with you and any activities you do. They're trying to find a way to know everything about you inside the group. They'd like to know what your weaknesses are, to either financially exploit you or exterminate you once and for all. They want it all. When it comes to making decisions, narcissists put themselves first. Therefore, they won't hesitate to do everything they can to ruin your life as quickly as they can. Remember that the narcissist is only interested in you because you have what they desire, other than your physical appearance, which is often the focus of attention. A narcissist may envy your confidence, independence, and personality. Aside from that, they also try to steal items from you. The narcissist will do all in their power to take away your feeling of self-worth by taking away these essential components of your identity. There is no sorrow or remorse on the part of the narcissist for abandoning you. They won't give you a second glance after taking everything they can and then throwing you away. Only one thing matters to them regarding people and relationships: draining them dry of all the resources they can get from them. Narcissists can do things that you may never think of, and they will have no sense of guilt or shame for their acts. If we want to avoid being sucked in by the narcissist, we must be aware of these warning signs and take action to protect ourselves. But that's all I've got time for at the moment. Meanwhile, if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. To ensure that you don't miss any of the new videos posted on this channel in the future, join this channel and activate the bell icon. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It's great to have you here. Exposing how the narcissist provokes you when you're being too powerful and threaten their existence. Because they are jealous and dissatisfied, narcissists are harmful toward others. Anyone continuously being critical of others is usually filled with deep-seated rage and jealousy because they don't see their life aspirations or ambitions manifesting. The narcissist will act as if they care about you only to learn about your intentions to achieve your life goals and then crush them like hail. Never expect a narcissist to be sincerely positive about whatever you do, because they're so toxic that if the opportunity arises, they will pull the rug out from under you. Narcissists are your worst. They will disseminate your errors and brag about your accomplishments as if it's theirs. Narcissists want others to believe they're helpless victims. They want people to think that they did nothing wrong and that others were unnecessarily mean and abusive to them. This is since narcissists are notoriously dishonest. So when someone attacks a narcissist, you can bet it's in retaliation for the narcissist's abuse and manipulation. This is known as reactive abuse. In short, it's like when the actual victim is now the abuser. A narcissist actively attempts to push their target in that direction. But why? What good are narcissists doing that? Before we begin, I'd like to thank everyone who has watched this video. I'd greatly appreciate it if you could use the like button to help us out. If you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the new videos we'll be posting in the future. Let's begin. Okay, we'll look at how a narcissist might bother you today. They may do this in various ways, including remaining silent around us, pushing our boundaries by doing or saying things they know will irritate us, and so on. They can also be aggressive and petty at times. They could triangulate you, do something to make you envious, mock you, or try to put you down. A narcissist will go to any length to elicit a negative response from you, and they want you to be angry, insecure, unhappy, or even aggressive. They generally do things that can be easily misinterpreted. Narcissists employ their cunning skills to do and say precisely the correct number of things to avoid being implicated. Because they are always aware of what they are doing, narcissists commit acts of total insanity. After that, with some confidence, narcissists are physically and verbally aggressive to those close to them. They give off a brawl-inducing vibe. They would say and do the most annoying things to get you to reply in kind. They want you to lash out at them and curse them when they harm you. They also hope that if they damage you, you will fight back. Narcissists may use various strategies to achieve their objectives, but their goal is always the same. Narcissists may commit acts of complete insanity, but it's because they're fully aware of what they're doing at all times. They want to obtain what they wish by eliciting the worst in you. They want to eat all the negative energy you can dish out, and they'll gobble it all up. When exposed to these toxic environments, the evil that already resides in them is fed and strengthened. A wicked smile or a smug satisfaction can be seen on their face at these times. To the narcissist, the fact that they have brought you to this point gives them a sense of power and control. In addition to feeding off your negative energy, it also allows them to point the finger and make you feel guilty for something you didn't do. Their guilt-inducing behavior would make it impossible for you to recognize that they made you feel sorry in the first place. Narcissists are incredibly adept at detecting our weaknesses and generating guilt in us due to our reactions to those flaws. While they're adept at minimizing their acts, they excel in exaggerating the impact of those on others. And if you're not aware of their tricks, they'll push you to take responsibility for everything, including how you behave to them and the pain they caused you. While the narcissist plays the victim card, you're the only one apologizing and seeking to make things right. No matter how much the narcissist pushes, stopping after you have snapped is impossible. There will be no way to erase the memory of this event from anyone's mind once the narcissist succeeds in bringing someone to this stage. As a result, even if it never happens again, they will continue to use it against you. To make you seem like the violent crimes they are so afraid of, the people around you will tell anybody who will listen that you have a history of violence. Your reputation and credibility are in jeopardy because of the narcissist's new addition of truth to their lies. When you reply to a narcissist, it shows them that you're invested in the relationship between you and them. Whether you love or detest them, the narcissist will take advantage of your feelings and turn them against you. When it comes to the narcissist, it is all a game of provoking others and watching how they respond. That means they get to take something from you while also manipulating your emotions. When you lash out at them, they'll do all their power to make you feel bad about yourself. It also allows the narcissist to play the victim's part, possibly the most crucial benefit. As a result, it's critical to know how to deal with toxic people who sap your vitality. If we don't learn to control our emotions, the narcissist will. Narcissists will never stop hating, manipulating, lying, gossiping, and triangulating to elicit a response from us, which they will then use against us. They will also cheat and engage in other dishonest actions. We can't give them that opportunity or give them influence over us, since there is no way for us to benefit in any way from doing so. Only the narcissist benefits when we respond violently or aggressively to them. That concludes today's video. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Consider subscribing to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified of our subsequent videos. Thank you. Exposing why the narcissist treats everyone else better, but not to you. Thank you for joining us this week for the latest episode of the Narcissist Exposed channel. Let's begin. Narcissists will do all their power to undermine your happiness by surrounding you with negativity and attempting to bring you down. Narcissists don't care about your troubles but your accomplishments, and they'll do everything they can to keep in touch with you if you're successful. Anything the narcissist does to aid you isn't done out of genuine concern. Instead, they expect double, if not 3 times as much in return. Narcissists will think they're entitled to your hard-earned success, and they won't care much about the time, effort, commitment, and sacrifices that you made to get to that point. Narcissists care nothing about any of it. What you can offer them is all that matters, which is their goal the entire time, and they'll do anything to get their hands on it, regardless of the effort you put in to get there. Narcissists will try to claim credit for your accomplishment or feel responsible for your success, even if they're only doing the smallest amount of necessary work. Using and abusing others is pleasurable for narcissists because life is nothing more than a game to them. It's like the narcissist is playing Monopoly and sees your victories and accomplishments as an opportunity to pull all the money into their pocket. When a covert narcissist is in their safe zone, be it their home or whatever it's that they call turf, they tend to get easily bored and irritated. And the worst is that they will spread all the negativity to everyone around them. However, this irritation is reserved for a few people only, and it shows itself most dramatically when they're alone. In this section, I'll explain the 2 main reasons why this happens. But before that, I'd like to express my gratitude for everyone who watched this video till this point. I'd like to send you an invitation to contribute to the growth of this channel by forwarding this video to any of your friends or family members. And if you're new to this channel, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell so you'll be notified when there's a new video uploaded. For example, when the narcissist is living under the same roof as you, you may often notice them being impatient, disrespectful, and dismissive, but then they have a completely different demeanour when they walk out of the room. It's because once the covert narcissist leaves their house, everything they do after that is a performance of them being the ideal person in every way possible. These people are more welcoming to newcomers because they go out of their way to make eye contact and smile. And why is that? Covert narcissists only care about making an impression on those who don't know them well enough to see their true nature. To the outside world, they're only known by the fake personas they have created for themselves. But when you live with them, you'll see all the good, bad, and ugly aspects of their character. Seeing a part of them that others don't get to see is considered a good thing for you, because they'll put down their efforts and let the mask slide or fall while they're around you. On the other hand, they think it's an honour for you to see this side of them. You get the condescending eyes, the angry expressions, the outbursts, the silence treatments, and simply a lot of unpleasant sentiments, all of which give you the idea that you're undesirable, unwanted, and hated. The good thing is that now you know everything about them, but also because of that, they think they can do whatever it is that they want to you. The covert narcissist demeans and abuses people closest to them, generally their partners and children. They may, however, treat others in a demeaning or abusive manner, although this is rare. To the best extent possible, the narcissist's generosity is shared by everyone else, except a very few people who are close to them. In actuality, a narcissist doesn't even have these charming attributes, but they make it look like that in front of everyone else. Their feigned sincerity and ambiguous words match their dishonesty. They're hurting those they claim to care about more than anyone else. They treat you harshly when no one's around, but they'll respect you to the highest degree of respect when you're together in public. A narcissist's view of the world is distorted. The fact that they loathe everyone is clear, because narcissists will damage those they can hurt, and they'll insult and humiliate those they can't hurt behind their backs. It's not an easy chore to cope with a covert narcissist as a sibling, parent, kid, or spouse, because their negativity and inconsistencies can cause someone to feel scared and emotionally unstable. Because of these conditions, you may be constantly afraid of what they may do next. Because the covert narcissist is always striving to satisfy everyone else but you. It's a hard pill to chew. With everyone else, they're prepared to be patient, but not with you. Not only that, but their smile is probably directed elsewhere. And if you press them for an explanation, they'd either deny it or point the finger of blame at you for how they treat you. Their gaslight will make you believe that everything is your overthinking things, and that you should stop putting yourself through unnecessary worries. To convince a narcissist to take responsibility for their bad behavior is pointless. Still, it takes a lot of mental and physical energy for them to maintain this act of being an upstanding individual every day. Also contributes to the covert narcissist's mood swings. As a result, they must constantly feign their responses to dissent and confrontation while in public. Even if they were screaming inside, they would put on a brave face and act like they were reasonable, forgiving, and tranquil. Their day-long facade cracks as soon as they enter through their front door, allowing the unpleasant emotions they'd been suppressing to come to the surface suddenly. Things they'd like to say or do in public are reserved strictly for a private time at home. And in the end, they retaliate against those closest to them for deeds they did not commit. Being able to manipulate and take advantage of another person in one's safe zone brings much-needed relief for the covert narcissist. What matters most to the covert narcissist now is what those on the outside think of them, and their thoughts about those they dominate have little bearing on how they live their lives. Conclusion. To recap, having two completely different personalities, one for public and another for private, is an undeniable sign of a covert narcissist. They treat you like a piece of trash and pretend to be in love with you while in public. They will say or do things that make you feel like the lowest of the low when no one is paying attention. Nobody should be subjected to this kind of treatment, and you deserve something much better than this. These discrepancies and mental games would be unnecessary if they cared for you. It's best if you can put some distance between yourself and someone who acts this way if you wish to regain control of your peace and happiness. That concludes today's video. If you've ever lived with a covert narcissist, please share your story in the comment section below. Your attention and time are much appreciated, as always. Consider subscribing to our channel and click the bell icon